Oh, great. Dirt. Release the filth. So when I offer to release the filth, are we talking about all of the schmutz that's under here, or are we referring to my potty mouth? Inquiring minds want to know. I'm trying to make a final push to make this road legal. I'm kind of working under the assumption that in order to get the skid plate manufactured, one, that's going to take some time, so I need to get that started as soon as possible, and two, that I'm going to have to physically drive the car somewhere for the machine shop or metal fabricator or whatever to actually make some measurements and everything. They may even need to have the car in their lot for a little bit while they actually bend it and size it and everything. So, but I need to get that process started if they're going to have, take a couple of weeks to get that project done. And I can kind of finish non-road legal stuff in the meantime. So that means getting a seat in it. That also means while the seat is out, just finishing up a couple last little electrical bits so that I can put this panel back in place. So when I first powered up the car, it was exciting, but I heard this rhythmic noise that kept happening over and over, and I'm like, what is that noise? And eventually it occurred to me that that was the windshield wipers, and I would have known immediately if they were actually connected because I would have seen them, but because I didn't, I just heard the mechanism going back and forth repeatedly. I just set the windshield adhesive out in the sun to warm up a little bit because it felt kind of cold and I thought it might be getting a little thick. So I'm like, you know what, let's make this flow a little bit better. And then I realized that if I'm going to start gluing panels in place, I should perhaps bother to get the windshield wiper working because it's easier to do it from this angle than from... Oh, there's a little bugger. Easier to do it from this angle than working around the cage from behind. And I didn't want to run the motor without the liquid. I assume that has some sort of cooling purpose. As long as I don't do it for more than a second or two, I should be able to hear the motor running and determine that it is going to work and not get sprayed in the face. I kind of figured out that this flexi funnel was really the only way I was ever going to get fluid in here because the cage bar is literally running right across the top of it. And the problem with windshield washer fluid being this color is it looks delicious. There's those, if not friend, why friend-shaped memes out there. So, if not drink, why drink colored? All right, so all I really need to do is listen for the... No, not turn it on. Okay, the motor went, so good. And I realize now that the sprayers are pointing more or less downward, so I wouldn't get a face full of it. I'd just get the dash all messy. So in theory, that should still work. And now it's just a matter of better securing the lines. And also plugging the heat gun into an actual outlet. Oh, on the plus side, I no longer need the mount for the light switch. Oh hey, is windshield washer fluid flammable? Let's not find out the hard way. The headlights were a real pleasure because if you look at the wiring diagram for this connector that would plug into the back of the headlights, It's a bit of a mess because it's like voltage is supplied here and here and here and here and all of these other places. I'm like, oh. And then there's a park lamp circuit, a light switch circuit, a low beam circuit. I'm like, do I have to connect multiple things together? And I did quite a bit of experimentation off camera and determined that I do in fact need to connect these things together. So I do not need 16, which is fun because it offers voltage in park or head, which is a transmission setting that I've never heard of, and makes me think I should have bought an automatic. Let me see here. I want the low green the low beam circuit in 6, which is a green-red. Oh boy. And you know, I tested this on oh boy, yeah. So this appears actually to be 2 separate wires. That's kind of unexpected. I only made plans for one, but so well, it is what it is. I'm just going to have to deal with it. So I need these 2. And I need the light switch switched power, which is this down here. Orange and blue, and the park lamp circuit, which is orange and yellow. And if I have to, I can just tie these together, no big deal. But what I brought down is something that I used to great effect, well, 1 in my home wiring, but 2 also in the trailer wiring. And when I was fixing the ground. So I need that orange, yellow, and I need the number 9, which is this one. Alright, so basically I need these 3 wires, or actually I guess 4 wires. Thanks, Ford. So now I have to try to figure out what the minimum is. These things are incredibly useful for connecting multiple wires. Little lever lock thing. I just need to make sure that my wire minimum will actually handle this, and if not, (24 to 12) solid or stranded wire. Okay, good. So I can actually manage this. I just need to strip 11 millimeters of everything. 24? Okay, I don't think anything here is that tiny. Although maybe. And then I'll just run a wire over to that switch, and everything will light up beautifully with one switch. Thought I was just going to short them out, and then just every time I turned the car on I would have headlights, but I decided that was maybe not as good an idea as I initially thought. And then of course I'll tape this up so I can make assurance double sure. Nothing wrong with the Department of Repetitive Redundancy department. It's got all those pretty snugly. Probably just snip the hell out of the rest of this, right? Don't need that connector anymore. Well, let me test it before I decide. Turn on the master switch and... Alright, I guess I can safely complete that wiring. So I want to get this panel back in place while before I take this down the road any. And that means getting kind of the final bits of thing connected. So I realized that I hadn't wired the map light. Once again, I got all the electrical stuff together except for the damned... got all the electrical stuff together except for the damned heat gun. How come I never remember to bring that? And it's not as if they were miles apart. They were, in fact, directly next to each other. Anyway, after some experimentation with my voltmeter, I determined that this wire is hot here. All right. Well, that's what I've got so far. Switch for the headlights, switch for the rally lights. And I think in terms of the interior fuses, using the 30 amp that is under the rally light cable that runs under the hood actually has a built-in 30 amp fuse. God, I fucking hope this blows before that one during a race. Well, these are tight. These even the right kind of fuses? Nope, they're just really, really tight. I'm not sure what to do with the headlights, because that's really, I'm just sending a minor amperage to a relay. The actual headlamps themselves have under the hood fuses, so we'll just put a 20 in there for whatever. And then at some point I'll put one in here to run the camera, but that's low priority right now. One thing that I'm not entirely clear on is why I didn't bother to pop this off first thing. I mean, okay, so what else is holding this on? So there were some plastic bits in here too. Who knew? Solid, no rust. Okay, good. This has even fewer. Like, do these shake themselves loose? Oh, are you kidding me? As I try to figure out if these things shake loose, they must, because somebody's replaced this one with a typical bolt. Both considerably easier to release and considerably less filthy. Alright. Well, good for me. At this point, it may seem as if the sensible thing to do is to drop this onto the dollies so that I can push it over, but I still haven't secured the exhaust and fuel tank yet, so got to do that first. Drop the thing, get the lift out of the way so that I actually have fucking room to work. part of me is like, well, this is extra weight. Do we need to have it? And part of me is like, this is a heat shield between the exhaust and the fuel tank. And if that doesn't sound like a good idea, I don't know what is. And now I can fight to get the exhaust back on. I would say it's not an incorrect statement to kind of think of this car problem as almost fractal in a sense, as the more that I feel like I'm getting closer to the end, or at least drivable, it always just seems like there's some multiplicity of tasks that appear and get in my way that I hadn't considered before, and maybe part of that is just lack of planning. But in either case, I'll keep plugging away at it, and at least now the electrical is, for the moment, done. Gotta secure the hood down and maybe get some glass in the car, but and then I can get the skid plate started and then do any sort of last-minute prep before getting it ready to go. Until next time. Looks like a 10. It's an assessment of its size, not its attractiveness. Ow.